Imagine disappearing without a trace. Not for hours, not for one night, but for 6 terrifying days. When Patricia Grainger was finally found, the truth was even more horrifying than anyone had imagined. Her body had been hidden beneath an abandoned bed in a secluded stream. She had been brutally murdered, and nearly 3 decades later, no one has ever been brought to justice. Someone knows exactly what happened during those missing 6 days. Someone has stayed silent since 1997. Tonight, we're uncovering one of Britain's most disturbing unsolved murder mysteries, a case filled with unanswered questions, missed opportunities, and a killer who may still have escaped justice. This is the unsolved murder of Patricia Grainger. Before Patricia became another unsolved murder case, she was simply a young mother. 25-year-old Patricia Grainger lived in the Parson Cross area of Sheffield with her young son, Danny. Family members described her as kind, caring, and gentle. She loved spending time with the people closest to her. Patricia also had learning disabilities, making her more vulnerable than many others around her. Her family says she trusted people easily. Sadly, that trust may have placed her in unimaginable danger, like countless victims whose names eventually make newspaper headlines. Patricia never imagined that one ordinary week would become the final chapter of her life. In early August 1997, Patricia suddenly disappeared. At first, there wasn't widespread panic. Friends and family hoped she would return home. But as the days passed, concern turned into fear. Nobody knew where Patricia had gone. Nobody knew who she was with, and perhaps most chilling of all, nobody has ever been able to explain where she spent those 6 missing days. Did she leave willingly? Was she forced somewhere? Or was she being held against her will? To this day, investigators have never answered those questions. On the morning of August 10, 1997, children were playing near Sheffield Lane Dyke. It seemed like an ordinary summer day. Then, they noticed something unusual, an abandoned bed base lying near a shallow stream. What they discovered underneath would shock the entire community. Hidden beneath the bed was Patricia Grainger. Police quickly sealed off the area. Detectives immediately recognized they were dealing with an exceptionally violent murder. The peaceful woodland suddenly became one of Britain's most haunting crime scenes. The medical examination revealed the horrifying reality. Patricia had suffered an incredibly violent attack. She had been sexually assaulted. She had been stabbed multiple times. She had been strangled. The injuries suggested an extreme level of violence. Investigators also reached another disturbing conclusion. Patricia had likely died only about 21 hours before her body was discovered. That meant she had been alive for much of the 6 days she was missing. Where had she been? Who was keeping her? Why has no one ever come forward? Those questions remain unanswered nearly 30 years later. South Yorkshire police launched a major murder investigation. Hundreds of people were interviewed. Forensic specialists examined the crime scene. Every possible lead was investigated. Public appeals flooded television and newspapers. Despite all of that, no suspect was ever charged. No arrest solved the mystery. No confession ever came. The investigation slowly became one of Britain's coldest cold cases. Yet detectives have never stopped believing someone holds the missing piece of the puzzle. The greatest mystery isn't only who killed Patricia. It's what happened before she died. 6 days. 144 hours. Thousands of minutes completely unaccounted for. Was Patricia hidden inside a house? Did neighbors unknowingly hear something? Did someone see her but never realize the importance? Could multiple people have been involved, or was there only one killer? Every theory leads back to the same impossible question. Where was Patricia during those 6 days? Without that answer, everything else becomes harder to solve. While the investigation slowed, one person never stopped searching. Patricia's son, Danny. He was only a child when he lost his mother. Instead of growing up with answers, he grew up with questions. As an adult, Danny has dedicated years to keeping Patricia's name alive. He has supported public appeals, spoken to the media, and urged anyone with information to finally come forward. For him, this isn't just another cold case. It's his mother, and after all these years, he still wants justice. Nearly 3 decades have passed. Technology has changed. DNA science has advanced. Cold cases once thought impossible have finally been solved. Could Patricia Grainger's case be next, somewhere? Someone knows exactly what happened. Someone remembers where Patricia spent those missing 6 days. Someone knows who left her beneath that abandoned bed. The question is, why haven't they spoken? Until those answers come, Patricia Grainger remains another name in Britain's long list of unsolved murders. But she was far more than a case file. She was a daughter, a mother, a friend. A woman whose family still deserves the truth. If you found this documentary informative, consider subscribing for more true crime investigations. And remember, if even one person decides to finally tell the truth, a decades-old mystery could finally come to an end.